Okay, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. Monday morning, man. Yeah, back at it, man. Hopefully, everything will go good this week. Cam's supposed to work today. I haven't heard from him this morning, but it's still a little early. I talked to him last night, and he said, yeah, it was all a go. So here we go. Yeah. So I'm looking at the schedule, and I was telling you guys that I'm gonna have to. Well, it's an opportunity to move things around a little bit. A couple of things that I didn't talk about that became very apparent is that, say, for instance, I overachieved this week, right? And this is where you got to kind of be able to see the landscape of your business and what you're trying to do, I guess. If I overachieve this week, we'll just say, and I end up doing all the properties from last week and all the properties this week, of course, it would be, that would be very hard to do. It'd be working long days. But then what happens then is you find yourself set up, because if you're doing them every 2 weeks, you find them, you're setting yourself up. There's Cam right there. Good. I'm glad he got here early. You're setting yourself up, because now you got to do all those properties in 2 weeks too. Boy, that looks like that's been sprayed right there. I wonder if they had a license to spray that. They sprayed that whole bank right there. I wonder why. Think they had a license for that? I don't know, man. I doubt it. Very seriously doubt it. So we're over here at this one right here, y'all. And yeah, y'all seen this one before. So y'all been over here before. I don't really know where I can put y'all, where y'all can see everything. But basically what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna cut it. Yeah, that's high, man. I need to be able to get this lower. I know and every 2 weeks I can't, because it just takes too long. I need to be able to get it down to 3 and manage it, but probably gonna have to get him to go to weekly for a couple of times, because it's really bad, man, and I can't make it. You can't bag it every time. It's just ugly, y'all. Okay, y'all, so it's 1:30. We're not done. We're just now getting over here to the HOA. Yeah, Cam's gonna have to get better, man. I mean, he's well, it's just, he's not recognizing things, you know. He's riding down the street on the mower when he could be cutting a piece. See, stuff like that just drives me crazy, man. You're not being efficient, man. I can't, you know. I don't mind paying top dollar, but everything's got to be done efficiently with a purpose. He got over there to that job and he ran out of string, and he couldn't, and he had to go all the way back to the truck. There ain't nothing wrong with, you know, people run out of string, I get that, but he don't have none in his pocket. And then he didn't even, you know, I tried to holler at him, hey man, just use my weed eater, you know, because I got mine on the mower. And he was already gone up the hill back to the truck. You know, 20 minutes later he comes back, and on a job where, you know, I don't know, man, it's irritating, man, you know, because I'm trying to pay people top dollar, and I don't want to pay top dollar, you know, if they're not focused on what they're doing. I need them to be in the game. He's no more in the game today than a man in the moon. You know, I mean, and you know, if you're paying people like I do, you know, where you're not trying to chump them off, and he's been out here long enough to where he ought to be starting to pay dividends, you know, on the money that I've been paying him. We ought to be able to make more money, because he ought to be really familiar with everything by now, and we ought to be able to do more properties. But that doesn't seem to be what's going on. So, you know, he's had to do a couple of things twice, you know, and all that, man. So, you know, it's hard to pay somebody top dollar for long, you know. Well, you can't get any more money. I mean, I'm still he's missing stuff and everything, because his brain's not here. He's somewhere else. You know, and I get it, man. Everybody has bad days, but dude, he ain't worked in a week, you know, and I hire somebody else. You're gonna have to perform, or you're not gonna be out here. I mean, I hate to say it like that, but this ain't kindergarten, man. We're gonna have to, you know, he's always trying to hurry and get back to the truck so he can sit in the truck, play with his phone. And I've been trying to been, you know, appeasing a little bit, because I didn't have no other help. But now that I got another guy out here, well, you know, fair or unfair, Cam's gonna have to, you know, he's had every opportunity to excel. He's got to listen to what I'm telling him. He doesn't listen, you know, and it's costing us time. And me being in the truck is costing us time. But hey, if we're gonna waste 20 minutes because we didn't string the weed eater, and we're sitting in the truck and the weed eater needs stringing and you're sitting in the truck on the previous job, no, man, fuck that, man. And you don't take no string, never have no string. It never occurred to him to put string in his pocket. The other guy that was out here yesterday, he put string in his pocket. I didn't have to say anything. I mean, just common sense. Kim's gonna have to get better at managing his time. So I figure he blew 20 minutes. You know, well, he's done blowing more than that. There's other stuff too, but I can blow time too, because, you know, I'm making the same either way. So, but I did pick up another, well, the lady over there wants me to edge their property, and she's gonna give me $60 to edge it, just to edge it. And it's not all concrete, and most of it's bed edging, you know, just with a weed eater. I had a weed eater on the mower. She came out there to pay me for the pond area. She came out there, she's like, Ray, how much would you charge to edge all of this? And she said, oh, and I'm like, I don't know, what kind of edge are you talking about? Are you talking about like a shovel edge, like I see Shane over at DOT do? Or are you talking about just hitting it with a weed eater or edger? She says, well, I don't know. I said, well, I got a weed eater right here. I can show you what I can do with a weed eater real quick. And so I cranked the weed eater up and I hit a little piece, and about 30 foot of it right there in front of her. Not the concrete, but the bed edge. And she's like, perfect. Yeah, that's what we want. I'm like, okay. And I mean, so I told her I didn't have time today, you know, well, we was already over there twice as long as we were supposed to be because of the weed eater thing. So, but let me cut me a place to park, man. Thank God I cut half the HOA yesterday. Thank God. Okay, y'all, so we got done. Everything on the list, plus one. So, but the one was part of that HOA, so I don't even know how much money we did. I made a few extra dollars too. Yeah, I made a few extra dollars today. Now tomorrow, I try to change things up. I got the part-timer coming out and Cam coming out. But we got to do some bushes over at one job, well, at two jobs. So, and normally I would just tell everybody I can't do the bushes this time because we're so far behind. But having the other guy come out and it's going, you know, well, it's going to help in a bunch of ways. Number one, he's going to be helping us physically on the job. Number two, he'll be getting familiar with the truck. So, yeah. But it's still going to be a lot longer than, because I can't really leave him anywhere or send him nowhere yet. Once I can start sending the truck out to do other stuff, you know, to go ahead of us and all that, that's when we really get super profitable. I mean, we're profitable now, but where we'll really get a lot done, and it doesn't tax nobody. My goal is to get a lot done so we can take on more work. Well, I had a couple guys come in the comments and was saying, you know, that I'm intentionally looking for temporary help. Well, yeah, all help's temporary until they're not. I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I mean, everybody's temporary. I mean, and I guess they were talking about by hiring the pilot student. No, that's just he called me and he wanted to get out here and work. It was nothing any more complicated than that. I didn't plot to hire nobody. I didn't plot. I'm over all that you know, trying to, I don't know, plot and plan around employees. I'm over all that, man. But if I ever have a guy come out here that wants to try to help me run this, then I'll be more. I mean, they can make. I mean, they can make 80 grand a year just helping me run this shit. That's really what I'm looking for, and let them deal with the employees. You know. But whoever that is, they got to be out here in order to learn the properties and to learn how I do things. And I can't never get nobody to make it out here very long. And I'll say it again, and I don't know why everybody always is saying that, you know, that I lay everybody off in the winter, but I don't. I don't. I have money banked for winter work. And you know, I can scrounge up winter work enough to where it makes sense. So, a guy that comes out here that's going to be out here, that wants to be out here, that wants to get to the big money with me, well, they're not going to come out here and do that in 6 weeks or a summer. They're going to be out here a minute. They're going to have to go through some shit, just like I did, just like you do. And I'm not going to, I don't, you know, they call it a career move or not. Well, I mean, I don't know. I can offer more than most lawn maintenance companies. I can. And the notion that I'm too broke to pay employees is ridiculous. It's the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life, man. I ain't never been broke since I've been doing this business. Never, not ever. I ain't never been broke. Even before then, I've still figured out a way. So I don't know what broke means. I don't know what broke is. I ain't broke. And I bank money. Because I don't spend the money on what you think I should spend the money on, then I'm broke. Well, get the right guy out here and I'll show you how broke I am. I mean, you see the equipment that I own. I said own. Did I say own? Yeah, the equipment that I own. Ain't nobody gave me none of that. Broke folks don't do that. How many folks do you know that owns a skid steer that's broke? How many folks do you know that's got 100 customers, lawn maintenance, 4 lawnmowers, 2 trucks, their own home, and all that, and they're broke? I don't know of any of them. I don't know of any of them. Just saying. I ain't had an employee out here long enough to be worthy of making top dollar. They can't make it 3 months. So, you know, there you have it. It ain't because of I don't have work. Oh no! If I know they're out here to win, in it to win it, I got work. I can sit down in 1 hour and I can make and I could come up with $10,000 worth of work, give or take, just based on the customers that I have and that I have right now at this very moment. So I don't know why these haters come in here, you know, telling me how broke I am. Do I look broke? I mean, it's crazy, dude. But I don't, you know, I've tried with the employee thing. I haven't had good luck with employees. And one guy came in the comments and said, well, just all you got to do is just look at a few of your videos, and that tells you that you don't know what the hell you're doing with employees. Well, look at any YouTube content creator, landscape, lawn care, maintenance businesses, and ask them about their employees. Just ask them. Yeah. What an ignorant comment. I know one thing. We got to it today. We got to it. I said to it. We did so many, I done forgot how many we did. I see that one on the list and I'm like, damn, dog, did we do that one too? Yep. Everything on the list is what we did. But it seems to me, there's just a lot of haters that want to be like Ray. Telling me this and telling me that. You know, one guy is always coming at me with some petty shit, you know, that's, you know, grand scheme of life is stupid shit. That's how the petty folks are, man. Ain't got no life. I got a life, and there's a whole lot of grass cutting in it for sure this week. But I gotta know how much I made today, y'all. I got to know. Let me grab my ink pen right here. Well, I got the other lady, a part of the HOA, to sign up for the rest of the summer. So that's just to cut the road. Well, she's not in the HOA. She's right outside of it. But she sees me there, and she's like, you know, I cut a slope for her for $60. But there's never nothing to cut. She said, you can spray it if you want to. So I said, well, I got to be able to do it every time I come over here and do the HOA. She says, yeah, fine. So today was the first time over there that we cut it. It hasn't really needed it, but she signed up for the rest of the season now, every 2 weeks. So, but yeah, getting the ones out of the way today was a big deal. You know. And you know, Cam has good moments, but he has some bad moments too. I'm trying to pin it down on exactly how to you know, make him better. You know, to remember, you know, what to do here and there. He misses a lot of stuff. I wouldn't want to send him to a property with the other guy right now, because there's too much he can miss, and he's missing it with me there, and I'm having to go back and tell him. And then, you know, but though overall he's getting better and better, don't get me wrong, but there comes a point where he needs to get this and get that in order for me to be able to not have to think about it. It's all about what I have to think about. The less I have to think about out here on the actual logistics of doing the properties, right? The less I got to think about on that, the more money that we'll make. The more money I'm happy to pay out too. When I have to be at every job, and I have to, you know, make sure that everything gets done, and I don't have confidence in your judgment, then it's gonna be a long haul until I do. And that's, you know, some guys pick up quicker than other guys. I can't really explain, you know, the feeling that I have when I'm under that kind of duress. And that's what it is, because you don't want to lose a customer because somebody did some real bonehead shit, right? So we don't, you know, mistakes are going to happen, but you don't want nothing big to happen because of a guy not paying attention, or because of a guy not knowing, and then that falls back on me. So yeah, all that. So it's hard on a player out here, y'all. But I got the schedule pretty much streamlined out, and I didn't have to move all the ones that are originally on this week. I didn't have to move them all to next week. I moved the ones that the routes that I wanted to move. And then I plucked some off of this route and put on that route and all that. Like I said last week, it opens everything up when you have rain like that. And now you can, you know, if you see that you can do better, you know, you can can, pretty much start from scratch. So, well, we work till 3, 7:45 to 3, 8:45, 9:45, 10:45, 11:45, 12:45, 1:45, 2:45. I mean, that's 7 hours, man. So, and no lunch. We don't take no lunch. Oh, no. I'm finna go home and jump in the pool, man. Since I'm so broke, I can't afford a shower. Let me go jump in the pool. Deuces.